went through pretty much every diversity program in economics that you could possibly imagine. I've done everything, right? And it's interesting because, people know that I've done these things. And so I remember when I got into Harvard, oh my God. So that's the next part of my journey, by the way. So I got into Harvard. It was the only school that accepted me, by the way, for the PhD. And there were people who were like, she only got in because she's a diversity hire. And it's interesting, right? Because they'd seen me go through these diversity programs. Oh, she only got bolstered. They only care about her. Da-da-da-da-da. But guess who is being paraded in part of the brochures in this university? Because of the merit. You see what I'm saying? So it's interesting to me that like people always want to say that diversity and merit are at odds with each other. Oftentimes they'll say diversity and merit are substitutes. But what I say in the book and what I'll say here is they're actually complements, right? You don't want people who are qualified in the same way. Let's start there, right? You need these complementary skills to build something better. In economics, we have this idea of sort of like perfect competition. If you have all these different things competing against each other, the best thing rises to the top, ideally. But what happens if it's like groupthink or everybody has the same ideas? It's like a flat line, so to speak. Like there's nothing that's actually going to potentially benefit society or even the room. Because there's not a lot of ideas like flowing to the top.
Well, it's comfy, cozy there for some people, Anna. Some people are very comfy and like they want to wrap themselves up in that like white security blanket and just be like, I know exactly what everyone else thinks and feels like. No one's challenging me.
Right.
No one's a threat to me and my survival.
But here's the thing. Let me say it like this. Mm-hmm. If a tsunami is coming, and some people start running the opposite way. And you say, I'm going to go ahead and lay down on my beach towel. I'm comfy here. I'm comfortable. It's not really touching me right now. At some point, that tsunami hits, where will you be? Will you be like in safety or will you be amongst those who are like fighting for their life, right? And I think that that's kind of why you don't want to be in the comfort of your white security blanket. It's not going to save you at the end of the day, right? And at the end of the day, too, I would say that a lot of the ideas that, diversity allows to really come to the forefront are really about the betterment of everybody in society. There's people who seem to think that, like, diversity is synonymous with, like, people of color or certain groups. But as folks are discovering, as these programs are getting rolled back, it supports veterans. It supports working class and poor folks. It supports people who are returning to school. You might be white and fall into some of those groups, right? And so you acting like this thing that only affects black people is only affecting black people is actually harming your long-term benefit. And that's like, why would you do that? You don't want to harm yourself. So anyway.
I mean, I think DEI, I don't think any other groups benefited more than white women, right?
And that's the tea. That's the tea!